think we can all agree that wellness resorts can be a little intense sometimes. But what if there's a place that wouldn't really judge you if you skipped your morning yoga for a lounge and swim by the pool? Welcome to Sri Lanka's best kept secret, where your wellness journey is completely up to you. We've been traveling all around Sri Lanka this past year and we've experienced a number of different wellness properties. And out of everything, this one is definitely the most beginner friendly. But what does a flexible wellness resort really look like? And why would you choose it over a more strict wellness retreat? What is up guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am taking you to explore Jetwing Lagoon Wellness. Jetwing Lagoon Wellness is an iconic Sri Lankan property located in Negombo, just a 10-minute drive from the Katunayake airport. The hotel is most notably recognized for being Geoffrey Bawa's first ever resort project and has since been refurbished and rebranded to be an all-new wellness retreat with a unique offering. The property is an adult-only resort with 55 spaciously scattered rooms between the lagoon and the sea, and of course a robust wellness center which we are here to experience. But more than just wellness, a stay at this property also lets you explore the locality of the Negombo region, which is an experience in itself. We are here at one of Sri Lanka's largest markets. It is the Lalem fish market here in Negombo. It's only about 10 minutes away from the hotel, so it's a very easy drive to come here early in the morning. This place is bustling and thriving. It's the exact depiction of a market that you would imagine. It's loud and it's busy, and it starts at about 3:30 in the morning when approximately 4,000 of these boats set off into the ocean to go and bring in the freshest catch. And so this place is pumping from that time onwards. You have boats coming in, fresh fish being taken out, huge, large fish as well, yellowfin tuna, anything you can imagine. You also have boats coming in from Jaffna, and you can get those catches as well. So you can be sure that Jetwing Lagoon Wellness gets the freshest catch every single day. So this is your spot to have seafood. And even if you're not having seafood, this is an incredible place to just come and check out just the variety of fish. It makes you appreciate how your fish gets onto your plate. The people that do this amazing hard work, waking up early in the morning and hauling incredibly heavy fish off their boats, very much an eye-opening experience, and it will make you appreciate the work that they do and the food that you eat. On top of that, it is a great place to come and grab some of the freshest fish that have just been caught and brought in and take home and cook something delicious for yourself. So in this case, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to select one of the fresh catches, we're going to take it back, and we're going to have the chef prepare a nice dish for us and show us how he does it. So very excited. Alright, our catch for the day is secured. We've got a golden trevally. I've heard this is the best tasting kind of trevally, and I can't wait to get back to the hotel and get the chef to cook this up and teach me how to cook it as well. So let's go. The beauty of Jetwing Lagoon Wellness is that no matter where you are in your wellness journey, there's a space for everyone here. So if you're just someone who wants to only dip your toes in, or if you're someone who wants to just relax, no wellness included, there's still a space for everyone here. But if you're someone who wants to have the full wellness experience, your journey begins with a consultation with the doctor. And here too, your treatment is not just limited to Ayurveda. The Wellness Center also has the services of a Unani doctor on call, as well as more Western treatments for you to choose from. I've done a number of wellness resorts by this point in my career, and I always walk into one thinking, oh, I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm living a very active lifestyle. I don't think there's anything that I can take away from this consultation, except maybe I'll have a few wonderful massages. But it's interesting when you start talking to the doctor, because an Ayurvedic doctor looks at you as a whole being and is not really looking at putting a band-aid on any symptoms that you're having and to prescribe you any medication to just make your pain go away. They're actually looking at the root cause of what is causing your pain or your symptom, and by that they're looking at curing you. And that's such a refreshing approach to health and to medication. And what I love is that when you talk to the doctor, she's able to connect things that are happening that you may think are not connected to anything else that you're feeling. And overall, she's able to bring you to a solution and say, look, this is why I think this is happening to you. And I think the root cause is this, and this is what we should address, which will eventually unravel all the other problems. And for me, that's such a refreshing approach to health and wellness. Ayurveda looks at your God-given right as a human being to be healthy as the natural equilibrium. And if you aren't, that means there's something wrong, and we can bring you up to that level of health. And not feeling healthy and not feeling 100% isn't actually normal. So that's such a fresh and wonderful way to look at it. And I loved my consultation. Shehaan and I both had one. We both got different recommendations and remedies. We also got lots of advice to take on for when we go home, so that we can add this on and have the long-term benefits of her consultation. So I really loved that. And I came here thinking I'm going to have a few wonderful massages and have a really relaxing time. But now, after talking to her, I'm actually very excited to follow the remedies that she has allocated for me. But before that, I'm going to go in and have a very relaxing yin yoga session with a little bit of meditation. Something I've come to realize throughout my travels around Sri Lanka and experiencing, whether it be ancient architecture or the architecture of these beautiful villas and hotels, is that the ways a place is built has a profound effect on a person's mental well-being or on their mentality. And it's something I've noticed very, very clearly, that whenever I step into a Bawa property, there is this sense of calmness that washes over me. It's almost like my brain chemistry is being rewired. And I thought I was imagining it, but it's happened too many times for it to be a coincidence. And that's exactly how I felt when I walked into this property, which has been designed by Geoffrey Bawa over 50 years ago. And it was the first holiday resort here in Sri Lanka. And it was never built with the intention of being a wellness property. However, as soon as I walked into this property, once it has taken over the mantle of being a wellness property, it almost felt like he knew that this was one day going to be a property as such and created it with that intention. And I think that something that's really important and overlooked is that kind of feeling and that kind of environment when you're trying to heal. And especially this view right here facing the lagoon, it's so calm. Even right now, there's not a lot of noise here. Sometimes you can see one or two fishing boats or sailboats just lazily going about the lagoon doing their work, and that alone is so peaceful and calming. The greenery that surrounds the entire place, the sound of the birds, the feeling of the wind on your skin, all of it creates the most amazing environment for you to heal, for you to rejuvenate, and for you to relax in. So it's so amazing that it was never the intention, but it is actually one of the best places that have been built for recovery. All right, now it is time for one of my favorite segments at hotels, which is the cooking demonstration. We are going to be cooking up the golden trevally that we picked up at the Negombo fish market, fresh, and I'm excited to see what kind of recipe the chef wants to make for us, as well as talk a little bit about the principles that are in the cooking and the menu here at Jetwing Lagoon Wellness. So we have Chef Tiran with us, and today is a bit special because he has been watching our videos for a very long time. So we had a great time going to the fish market and picking up this golden trevally. Now Chef, what are we making today?
So we're gonna make some fresh salad, and from that fish we're gonna make some lump baked fish.
Nice.
Yeah. So here our main ingredient: guava, umbrella, and tebu. These are the main 3 ingredients for our salad. We have some harmful toxin in that fish, so it will detox this all harmful toxin in the diaphragm when we mix in with 3 items with lime and salt, pepper. That's very sauce lightly salad. We're going to do some marinade with our traditional herbs and spices with garlic, ginger and curry leaves. The special thing is we're gonna make without oil. So here our main ingredient: golden tabli and turmeric, curry powder, chili powder, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, black tamarind, and this is our coconut cream.
So like I mentioned earlier, there is choice here when it comes to how far you want to go in your health journey and what dishes you want to pick for that. There are certain programs, and those programs will include certain menus that they do recommend that you take. But of course it's up to you, and you can select off the normal menu as well. Even the regular menu has certain things they follow to ensure that you get the taste and the indulgence that you're looking for. However, it's also made in a way with keeping health and wellness in mind. And of course, by falling back on our indigenous foods, coconut and coconut milk, to thicken and flavor the soup. So those are the principles that have gone into the entire menu here at Jetwing Lagoon Wellness, and I think that's a great way to get people started and going into health by making them realize that healthy food doesn't have to taste bad. Alright, now it's time to reveal our beautifully baked fish. Healthy, smells delicious. I can't wait to dig in. Alright, so it is finally time for everyone's favorite part of a wellness program, and that is the massage. However, when you come to an Ayurvedic wellness resort, the massage is actually very intentional. It's not just something I picked off the menu. It's actually based on my consultation with the doctor. She asked me numerous questions, and from that she made a couple of analyses and decided that I needed a very specific type of oil, so she mixed 2 types of herbal ancient oil combinations so that it would be suited to my body. As I have somewhat of a heaty body from all the traveling, she has chosen something that is very cooling. She has also decided to use a certain type of herbal powder which will benefit my skin and help me draw out any allergies that I'm having, as well as she's also prepared a herbal bath for me to finish off with. So all of it is precisely tailored to my well-being at this very moment, and that is the true benefit of an Ayurvedic wellness treatment. So that was incredibly relief-bearing, but also incredibly difficult. How, you may ask? The massage itself was very comforting, and there was a lot of relief that was given to me, especially for my left shoulder, which is very tight. She was able to really get in there and break a lot of knots that I haven't been able to do. And the reason she said that she was able to get so deep and release this tension is, one, because you want to off the air conditioner and not be running any fans because your body needs to be at room temperature. And number 2 is the oil that they use, again specifically designed for your body, but also a lot of it that really helps the knots to release as well. But it's the part that came afterwards that really surprised me. So we had a powder scrub for certain areas of my body, which was followed by a herbal bath. And usually a herbal bath is something that you think is going to be quite pleasant and nice, but this one was quite intense. So you have to be willing to go through a little bit of discomfort to get to those goals. So when you're doing this kind of Ayurvedic treatment, it would be really great for your results if you could block out about 3 days. And on top of that, the kind of diet that you consume is also going to affect your results and how fast you get them. That's why here at Jetwing Lagoon Wellness, they do have certain packages depending on what you want and what your goals are. But if you also want to have just a normal relaxing experience, eat your regular food, have your wine and just dabble in a few massages, they also have those things. It's a very diverse offering that can suit a lot of people at a lot of different depths, and so that's something that I really enjoy here. Good morning guys, we are starting off with another morning adventure, and today we are taking a boat ride to Muthurajawela, beautiful mangrove with lots of history and significance. I can't wait to go and learn more about it. It's about 6:30, we've got a beautiful sunrise to greet us on the way. I'm gonna get on this boat. I'm gonna go. Muthurajawela is a natural marshland that is found in Negombo that dates back to up to 7,000 years, and it's extremely large, covering an area of over 3,000 hectares. It's also the island's largest saline coastal peat bog, and the name Muthurajawela actually translates to Royal Swamp of Treasure. So even back then they knew how precious and important and vital this was to the environment and to their lifestyle. Aptly named because this place is a biodiversity hotspot for birds. Over 102 different types of bird species can be found here. It's a literal bird paradise. When you come in the morning, I've never seen anything like it before. Everywhere you look, there are little birds, big birds, Brahmini kites, kingfishers, they're all over the place flying. This wetland is also really important because it is one of the 12 prioritized wetlands in Sri Lanka. It's incredible because you look around and some people may just see just a little bit of trees and forest around a lagoon, but the importance and the vitality and how precious they are to the environment can't be put into words and can't be put into value, into money. And like, this is a beautiful example of not everything that is precious can be put a value on. There's nothing like a morning yoga session, and the only thing that can top it is a yoga session out in the morning sun in this gorgeous little garden here right outside pavilion, or the shala, which is called Geoffrey's pavilion. And I don't know why, but I never thought of Jetwing Lagoon as a holistic property. For the many years that it's been around, I have come here when it was a normal hotel. There have been lots of beautiful weddings, but now that it is a wellness property, I can't believe that it hasn't been a wellness property the whole time. It's amazing how calming and how wonderful it makes you feel as soon as you step into the property. So it's a perfect place for rest and relaxation, and today's yoga session was nothing short of amazing. So this is our 5th wellness property, and from my experience, this property is definitely the most beginner friendly and most welcoming property, especially for someone who doesn't want a very strict wellness experience. This is a great place to start out. Like I said multiple times in the videos, they offer you a lot of choice. It's up to you how deep you really want to go, and that makes it an excellent place for a beginner. It's also great if you're traveling with someone or people who don't really want to engage in wellness but simply just have a relaxing holiday. This place checks the boxes for that too. It's a great place to just relax, and I would recommend it for that. The architecture, the ambience, the nature, everything is geared towards simply just relaxing and rejuvenating yourself as well, which is why it makes a great wellness property. But on top of that, what makes this the most unique wellness offering in Sri Lanka so far that I have seen is its proximity to the airport. It's literally a short drive from the airport to this property or vice versa. And I would think that this would be the perfect place to end off your journey of Sri Lanka. I know how chaotic traveling gets, and you're out there eating all sorts of food, you're out in the sun, you're tired, you want to do as much as you can for the time that you've got off. And when you finish your journey, you feel like, oh my God, I could use a holiday from this holiday. But all that could be bypassed if you land up in a place like this 2 days before, 3 days before, heck, maybe even a week before you finish off your journey, and you just really spend your time relaxing, being centered, and engaging in wellness if you want to. This would provide you the perfect detox before you get back home to start your life again, and you'll truly feel refreshed, like you actually went on a holiday. So that makes this a completely unique offering that none of the other wellness properties can offer you, and I think that is absolutely great. And if you are interested in the other wellness properties that we have been to, we have an entire playlist dedicated to just wellness in Sri Lanka. Each one is completely unique in its own right, and is so wonderful to see the variations and diversity that is available within Sri Lanka. So if you do want to see that, make sure you check out the Wellness in Sri Lanka playlist, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.